Hey, I'm back, Fallon. Amor'eThePoet, pound 24. How's everybody doing this evening or morning? Good day, wherever you are at this time in the world that you are watching me. So today I was drawn to talk about addiction and battling it and how you can overcome these things, or how I overcame it, and maybe some of the things I did, some of the steps that I took to overcome addiction, you can follow, you can pass it on to somebody else, or whatever you want to do with it. Save it for later. Maybe you don't have an addiction problem right now. Okay, not everybody does. But some people do need help with that. It is a disease, and I understand that. I come from a long history of drug abuse and addiction. I was born to a mother who was addicted to crack. So that's pretty much what I learned or what I knew. I was raised by my grandmother, but she also had some addictions. It did look good on the outside looking in, but there's always secrets on the inside that don't get out on the outside. Okay, somebody keep up with me. So I was born to my mom, which I appreciate. I'm sorry to let y'all know, but I appreciate being a crack baby. I think that I have a special crack chromosome in me. I'm smarter than most people. I get stuff done. I don't know how. I don't know if it's the crack. I don't know if that helped me with this ambition. Something went right when I was in there swimming around with the crack. I'm sorry to let y'all know. You better use what you have to get to where you're going. So after that, I don't know my biological father, because I guess he already had a family. So I'm like kind of a crack bastard baby. So drug addicted and no father. Life was set up really, really well for me at a young age, but I made it. Over the years, I've struggled with it, so it's okay to have a relapse, because you can bounce back. You got to keep falling, because the more you fall and then you get back up, it's like you stronger now because you got through it again. But let me tell you, every time you go back, it gets harder to get back through it. If you keep making the same mistake over and over again, it's going to get harder. So choose wisely, okay? I did have to go to rehab when my grandmother passed away, because I started doing drugs. I didn't even know, like, they were out here. I was so torn apart. She was the first loss that I ever experienced out of 34 years, and it was a great loss. I don't care if you lose somebody or you lose something that really is precious to you. It's a loss, and your pain is your pain, and you embrace your pain no matter what anybody thinks of the way or how you embrace your pain. It's your pain to embrace, and you embrace that shit, okay? So I went to rehab. I went to this great rehab in Florida, actually, for 30 days. Yes, I was being a crack-headed drug addict in Florida next to palm trees and beaches. I don't want to do drugs anymore, but I did like the fact that everything was like on the beach and it was sunny, and it was like, okay, life does get brighter. It does get better. Even when you're so low and down, you still have a chance, okay? It was people there that cared about me. We did physical therapy. We did art therapy. We did music therapy. We did a whole bunch of stuff that I was like, wow, okay, I didn't know that I was such a good person that, like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what other people think about me. I'm going to be me regardless. Okay? No, regardless. I don't have to cover it up with drugs. I don't have to smoke this or drink this or do this so you'll like me. If you don't like me, that's your issue. Maybe you don't like something in yourself. So I'm going to keep being me. So after I went to rehab, I came out and I started doing NA and AA meetings. Now, I didn't really get the sponsor. That part wasn't for me. Everybody works the program a little bit differently. But I heard some stories, okay? And these stories that I heard, I said, okay, I haven't got to that point of addiction, But the way you telling that story, I don't think I ever want to get to a point in addiction or in a lifestyle like that. So somebody else's story could put a block in a road that you might be going down that's not for you. I'm trying to help somebody, okay? You don't even need to be a drug addict to go to these meetings and get a story that's for you. So after I started doing the meetings, I was watching people, I was listening to people, I was taking advice, and I was getting it. I knew, like the crack, the whole stuff like the jaw, the crack jaw, that was the main reason why I didn't want to like be an official crackhead. Because the long-term effects of the crack with the crack jaw, that, I'm really particular about my mouth, my teeth. I love the dentist. I hate the dentist when it's a bad reason why I gotta go, but I love the dentist, so the crack jaw wasn't gonna work out for me. But hey, we all have our pros and cons about certain situations. So with that being said, I just, I want you to know that there's resources out here for you, no matter what drugs you did, how many you did, whatever you did, you can change. Tomorrow's not promised. You can't change yesterday. You can only focus on today. And focus on making yourself a better person so you can help somebody else. Because it's possible. My mom did crack for 34 years. 34 years. I'm 37, so she was doing it before I was even born. She has 7 years clean today. 7 years clean from doing crack for 34 years. If she can get off of crack from doing it every single day, all day long, to being clean for 7 years, you can do it too. And I'm here to help you because we in this together. Everything we go through is a battle. But we don't have to fight alone. We can fight together. And with that, I'm going to give you this poem I wrote. It's called Addiction. The act of being controlled by a certain thing, substance, or activity. Let's start with the drug that takes over your mind and mentality. Day after day, hour by hour, you can't live without it. You tell yourself over and over again to stop, but you just can't quit. Drugs make you feel good, and they take all the pain away. You forget about life and all your words are taken. You have nothing to say. Years pass you by and you don't realize how time flies. Not paying attention to how you don't laugh and most days are filled with cries. Trying to get an understanding by ingesting more into your arms, legs, mouth, and nose. Look at you. For weeks you have been wearing the same clothes. Thinking how the more you put in, the less your brain has to handle, not knowing that slowly but surely you're burning out your candle. Things will get better if you get one more fix or do it one more time. You see the lights and hear the sirens. They caught you trying to get another dime. They're all the same, but you think one is different from another. Trying to live with the fact that the disease already stole your father and mother. You consider to do what is wrong, no matter the affliction. How long will it take you to get control over this addiction? So you were born into it, and that's all you grew up to know. Eventually it had you standing outside whether there was rain or snow. Maybe everybody else was doing it and it was the in thing to do, not knowing that drugs are deadly and they stick to you like crazy glue. You were at the wrong place at the wrong time and something was put in your drink. Now you don't control your thoughts and the drugs make you think. They help you make bad choices and you sweat the small things in life. At times you may hear voices telling you to hurt yourself or cut your arms with a knife. Everything that happens to you is everybody else's fault. Afraid to look in the mirror at yourself because you don't want to deal with your own salt. The mind is racing, time is passing you by, and you can't figure out why. Your self-worth and self-esteem are empty and no respect to look at anybody's eyes. Keep ingesting to relieve mental pain that just doesn't seem to subside. When the feeling of the high starts to fade away, you begin to lose more of your self-pride. You think you have control over it, and if you could, you would. While you sit there grown, trying to self-medicate the trauma from your childhood, the rape, molestation, beatings, gunshots, deaths, bullies, and possible evictions. How long will it take you to get control over this addiction? Just stop and have the willpower not to pick up the next one. I know it's so much easier said than just being done. Will you ever give yourself that chance to be mentally free? Embrace your pain and weaknesses while positioned on bending knee. Some days are harder than others, but remember, one day at a time. Days turn into months, months into years, and you'll continue to climb. It took decades to destroy your spirit and get this low. Now there's no other way but up, and you need to relight your glow. You still have life left, and it's definitely not your time to go. Little do you know, if you keep getting high, you will never grow. Give yourself a chance to live life with a peace of mind. Get out and explore the world. You no longer have to be confined. Time waits for no one, so enjoy life while you are still here. Remember, you are fragile, so always keep a listening ear. Express your thoughts, emotions, and feelings to a person you can trust. Be cautious when you long for affection, because in the beginning, it's just lust. Don't give up when the temptations hit you from every side. Each and every one of us are here together for this clean and sober ride. You get one life to live, so handle it with care. It's okay, don't worry, things won't always be fair. Slow and steady wins the race, and things happen at their own pace. Be sure to avoid those old things, old people, in that one particular place. Don't be so hard on yourself. You've already been through enough. Living this life and fighting this disease can be tough stuff. So stay focused on this journey of recovery in order to see your benediction. How long will it take you to get control over this addiction? I love you. Stay focused. You can do it. Amore the Poet, pound 24.